Well, hello again from the forge. Been a couple weeks since I did a video, so I thought I'd knock one out this morning. Got another little piece of scrap here. If you watched my last video, I like that style of knife. I want to make something similar to that one, but I want a little straighter blade. And if you watch my videos before, you know I find straight blades a little bit of a challenge. Don't mind a little curve in it, but I don't want a lot. So let's get this hot, smack it a few times, and see what happens. All right, we're going to start out, like always, by working the point down. I already had it cut off a little bit, but not quite enough point, so we're going to hammer a little more slope into it. My fire's not right. It's not heating like it should. Just to even things out. Adjust our thickness back to where it's the same. Now I'm going to start by forging the tip on this knife. I usually start at the back and work towards the front. This time I'm going to start at the front and work towards the back. So I'm starting to forge. Oh, and I just made a mistake. While that steel was heating, I walked away from the forge and came back and smacked the wrong side of my steel. So, oh well, we'll carry on, get back to forging our bevel, and we'll just work that mistake out by pulling our distal taper out to that point. I'm just going to keep working my bevels in. Now I want a finger rest, a little fin sticking up on the spine of this blade. So I'm going to let the tip curve back there a little bit to establish that. And you can see it starting to form. And we'll just keep working our bevels back toward what's going to be the finger choil in the handle. And you can really see how that thumb rest has started to work in there along the spine. I want to keep the blade pretty straight. With kind of a rounded tip. I don't want the tip really pointed. Straighten everything up. Pretty happy with the way that blade's looking. We'll start working the handle. Well, I guess I got ahead of myself. We'll dress the bevel a little bit more. Make sure everything's good and straight. Now I'm going to use my cross peen hammer and start working in the finger choil and the handle. So I used my cross peen and drove the steel down. Wasn't deep enough, still not deep enough. I'm going to have to get it established and then I can work on it on the horn of the anvil. And for some reason, this cross peen was just not doing the job I wanted it to. So I've got a little tool there I can drop in the hardy hole. And that's just a piece of round stock welded onto a piece of square that'll fit in the hardy hole. And I'm going to use that to start fullering in the finger choil. To get enough of a to get enough of a fuller in to where I could move to the horn of the anvil and work that finger choil in deeper. It's not bad. So we'll go out here and we'll just use the horn of the anvil and work that finger choil in a little deeper. Then straighten everything back up. Now that choil is deeper than it really needs to be because I'm going to be working distal taper in this handle, which is going to flatten it out and spread everything out a little wider. It's going to decrease the thickness and increase the width and length. In this case, I'm using the rounded side of my hammer so that it spreads the steel in every direction. And you can see it starting to widen things out. I'm going to work a little more. And that's thinning that handle material and pushing it out and making it wider. All right, I need to cut that handle off. Got a little more material than I need. Apologize for forgetting to move the camera up where you can see. I'm just using my hardy cutter to clip off a little bit of that steel. Didn't quite get it cut through, so dropped it, drop forged. Get it warm and smack it again to knock that piece off. There we go. Now we've got it trimmed to length. Now we'll work in a little bit of profile on that handle. Got our length and our width about where they need to be. Our thickness is really close. So I'm just going to brush it and use a smaller hammer to work the hammer marks out. Get everything straight. The handle needs a little bit of curve in it. Yeah, it's pretty close. Just need to straighten things up. Make sure our taper's all good. Make sure everything's straight. That'll do it. Okay, folks. Well, we got ready to get ready to anneal it. Got to heat it up one more time, put it in the vat to anneal before grinding. Boy, I made a mess out of myself, didn't I? But anyway, here it is. I cleaned up the profile just a little bit. It's going to be pretty nice. About a 4-inch blade, 4-inch handle to match. This little shark fin along the spine is how we worked out our little screw up we had. It's going to be a nice little blade. Somebody will be happy to have that. And yes, after I get it finished, I'll do a short video and show it finished because some folks have been asking for that. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. God bless and have a great day.